Yum, yum, yum. Great coffee to start off the Wednesday. Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 30th of December, believe it or not, final Wednesday of 2020 and the final Facebook Live of 2020. Today, obviously, since it is the end of 2020, I thought we'd focus on quotes to kick off the new year. Now, the funny thing about this particular article, and first and foremost, good morning to you, and thank you for joining me. Um, the funny thing about this article is it was written for last year, and I think that being said, it was wasted on last year. So yeah, I mean, we saw some people go through growth and development and and everything, but I just think it was terrible. I think it was wasted on 2020. So I'm going to share the link to the article, and it's Motivational Quotes to Kickstart the New Year by Madison Plot on success.com. And I think that way will give us a renewed, recycled look at quotes that now we can appropriate and hopefully utilize for the coming year. What will 2021 bring us? And this particular article starts like this: with the new year comes new goals. And at no time in my life has it ever really been truer than going into this next year. It says, with the new year comes new goals, but you first need inspiration to set them and motivation to achieve them. If you want to make this your best year ever, check out these quotes to help you kickstart 2021 the right way, because it says 2020. Obviously, like I said, it was written as going into 2020. So here we go, some quotes to kick off the new year. Here we go, and there's quite a few of them, so we're just kind of gonna go through them, and hopefully you can pick something that fits your situation and you can latch onto and go with that, or maybe more than one. Here we go. Let today be the day you give up who you've been for, who you've been for, who you can become. Remember, as a disclaimer, I'm reading most of these for the first time, so I'll probably read them a couple times to make sure I'm enunciating the right word, stressing the right word at the right time. Let today be the day you give up who you've been for who you can become. That's Hal Elrod. So, who have you been that maybe has been a detriment or a stumbling block or drawback, keeping you from who you can become? Let today be the day you give up who you've been for who you can become. That was Hal Elrod. G.K. Chesterton says, the object of a new year is not what we should have, that we should have a new year. It's that we should have a new soul renewal, right? Constant renewal, just for the sake of constant renewal, isn't necessarily a good thing. Renewal, when you realize that there's something you can fix, improve, and maybe let go of something that's keeping you back, is a good choice. The object of a new year is not that we should have a new year, it is that we should have a new soul. G.K. Chesterton. And of course, it's funny because usually at the beginning of the year, since it's such a momentous occasion, brand new year, kind of like a brand new decade we kicked off last year, people are like, okay, I'm going to take this moment, this day, to do something new, become a new person, become that person I've always wanted to be, right? And then they stumble, they fail, they get setbacks, and they stop early on, 6 days in, 2 weeks in. The thing is, it doesn't have to be a new year for you to do that. If you decide to kick it off at the beginning of the year to do something new, take on something new, and you stumble and you have trouble doing it or trouble committing or fall back to your bad habits, start again. You started once, you fall down, you get back up, right? Every single moment we're alive is a chance at rebirth. That's what I say. So don't let stumbling blocks, don't let something holding you back keep you from becoming that new you that you want to kick off at the beginning of the year. If you stumble, get back up and start it again. Lao Tzu said, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." We all want more, right? We all want to become more. We all know, here's the thing. We all know we can be more. We all know we can have more. We all know we can become more, do more, be more of an impact in our families' lives, our loved ones' lives, our community's situation. What might you be that you haven't become yet? When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Lao Tzu. Melody Beattie says, the new year stands before us like a chapter in a book, waiting to be written, not read. I thought that was, you got to make that distinction, right? The new year stands before us like a chapter in a book, waiting to be written. What is your next chapter going to look like? And again, we're looking at the new year as a year. Like your next chapter is just 1 year, January 1st through December 31st. No. What if your chapter is the next 6 weeks? And then after that, another chapter, right? The new year stands before us like a chapter in a book waiting to be written. How are you going to rewrite or write, plot out, storyboard out your next chapter in your life? Here's something to remember. And 2020 taught us this and showed us this better than any year previously, I think. The chapter waiting to be written for this year may be kicked off by somebody else. Somebody might begin writing the next chapter in your life without you asking them to do it, without you expecting them to do it. What I mean by that? There could be loss in your life. There could be the loss of a loved one, as we've seen this year. There could be the loss of a job involuntarily. There could be loss of, unfortunately, stability, loss of a home. So this next chapter waiting to be written as the new year stands before us could be, started by something else. The impetus of this new chapter could be out of your control. So if you have the opportunity to take control and do something to write this new chapter in your life, do it. Otherwise, it can and will be written by someone or something else, another circumstance. The new year stands before us like a chapter in a book waiting to be written. Melody Beattie. Dolly Parton. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Dolly, icon to obviously she's still with us, but you just know she's going to be an icon to the very end. Powerful, incredible woman, person, Dolly Parton. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. What you don't like what you're doing? Start doing something else. It doesn't have to do like, okay, I quit, I do this. No, why don't you start part-time? Start something new. It doesn't have to be a new life, a new job, or whatever. It could just be a new hobby, a new undertaking that you've always wanted to try or do. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Dolly Parton. Hal Borland said, year's end is neither an end nor a beginning, but a going on with all the wisdom that experience can instill in us. That's beautiful. The year's end is neither an end nor a beginning, but a going on with all the wisdom that experience can instill in us. Of course, we're just going on. Time is a construct. We had to make some sort of place some sort of sense of order to the days passing. So we create a time. It's neither an end nor a beginning, the end of the year. It's kind of arbitrary, right? The seasons, the way they're laid out. What if the new year began in between spring and summer? So the year's end is neither an end nor a beginning, but a going on with all the wisdom that experience can instill in us. Hal Borland, now, how much experience did we get in 2020? How did our lives change this year that we can now move forward and utilize to better ourselves, better our life, change our situation? That's a decision we each need to make individually. Tomorrow is the first blank page of a 365-page book. Write a good one. Brad Paisley. Good old Brad. It's a brand new page. You know, it's nothing. There are fewer things more intimidating than a blank journal. It's not for the lack of ideas. It's not for not having any content to put down on the pages. It's not that. It's what to start with and what you're going to be laying out. You know, one of the things that I think about when I'm about to start writing anything, whether it's a story or in a journal or a post or anything, is taking into account how it might be read by someone. I don't know if it's subconscious or conscious choice. I think usually conscious choice. How is it going to be read by someone? Because now I look back at some things that I've written and I go, maybe I shouldn't have written that. But it needed to be written at the time, right? Tomorrow is the first blank page of a 365-page book. Write a good one now. Obviously not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Today's the 30th. That was Brad Paisley. Next one, Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Where are your brains and your feet going to take you in 2021? Have you decided? Have you inquired? Have you had that conversation with yourself, trying to figure out, look at that buildup. Oh my gosh. Say, Al, don't you wash your coffee cup? I do, but I like that coffee buildup. It's a leftover from my Navy days, short Navy days, but Navy days nonetheless. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. The feeling of not having control over our lives is one of the biggest obstacles, I think, for people. Like they feel they don't have a choice. They can't. They can't decide to do something else. They don't, they just can't. I've never been able to, what ifs, what if, what if, what if. Everything's a what if. Not doing anything. Like the song says, what is it? Even if you decide to not choose, you still have made a choice because you're choosing to stay in your current situation, your current job, whatever it is that you're afraid of letting go. You're choosing to hold on to it. Even if you're miserable, you're choosing that. Every single moment in your life is a choice, is a chance at rebirth. Are you going to make any changes to better your life? Even if it's just by reading. Leaders are readers. Even if it's just by picking up something to help you change your mindset, to help you be able to make that decision to change your life. T.S. Eliot said, for last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. Last year's last year. Past is in the past. Next year's words await another voice. You got to find yourself, find that voice in you to lead you where you're going to go this year. Or find another voice that speaks to you to get you going on the next path in your life. For last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. T.S. Eliot. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Visualization. Believing in the beauty of your dreams. Is there nothing inspiring you? Are your dreams not inspirational enough? You need to crank up the color, right? Amp up the saturation in your dreams. Make them more vivid, more colorful, more impactful. If your dreams and your goals aren't impactful enough to you, you're living a drab life. They're not going to be inspiring you. The future will not belong to you if you don't have beauty in your dreams. I want to be this, I want to be that. I've known people in my life who, man, even beyond anything I've ever done, it's like I wanted to be this, a nurse, so I did it. Then I wanted to be a nurse on helicopters, so I did it. I wanted to be a sexual assault nurse examiner, so I did it. I wanted to be, oh my gosh, what is the beauty of your dreams? What are your dreams? Are they enough to inspire you to do what needs to be done to get it done? The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. Skip Pritchard said, "Only you have the power to determine whether your future mimics your past." Do you want your future to be like your past? Do you want the next 5 years to be like the last 5 years? Not taking into account 2020, right? We limit ourselves. We limit ourselves to what our future can be. The future is rife with possibility. And anything that you say is keeping you from it is an excuse. It's an excuse. Only you have the power to determine whether your future mimics your past. Why not have the future that you've dreamt of? Why not have the house that you've dreamt of, the relationship, the vehicle, the life for your children? Why not have that life that you've dreamt of? Only you have the power to determine whether your future mimics your past. Skip Pritchard, beautiful. Oprah Winfrey said, "Your life journey is about learning to become more of who you are and fulfilling the highest, truest expression of yourself as a human being." Man, some of these are hitting me like sledgehammers. Quotes for the new year. What we've done in the past and what we do in the future are unrelated. Your future is just affected by your experience, what you've had to deal with, what you've had to overcome, what you've experienced. It shapes your decisions. Now, they don't necessarily, it's like, well, if I touch the hot stove, I'll never touch that again, because not everything is a hot stove. If something happened to you that you don't want to happen again, sometimes maybe you need to do it again to get through it, to face it. Become stronger. You can become a stronger person, or you can allow yourself to just be under somebody else's thumb, a victim, not fighting for your life. If somebody is victimizing you and you take it and allow it and not do anything about it, they are in charge of your life. Your life journey is about learning to become more of who you are and fulfilling the highest, truest expression of yourself as a human being. Oprah Winfrey. Don't let someone else dictate your life, who you are, what you can contribute, who you can become. And that goes from anything from a relationship with someone. And I'm not saying it's easy, but there is help. But from a relationship to a situation to a job, somebody else dictating what your life is taking your life out of your hands. It's your life. If this person has only been in your life for 2, 3 months, 2, 3 years, but you lived 20 plus years before them, that's temporary. Change it. If they're not beneficial to you, if they're not helping you become the highest, truest expression of yourself as a human being, take control of your life. Even if it's slowly, put the blinker now so you can change lanes and become who you need to become to satisfy you, to get you what you want, to make the most of your life, not mine, your life. Take control of it. Nelson Mandela said there's no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than what you are capable of living. Goes hand in hand with the previous one. There's some good ones here today. There's no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than what you are capable of living. Nelson Mandela. Hey, you know that person who's living your life? That's you. But this, but that, but the other. But if only, but if, well, change what you can change. And deal what has changed that is out of your control. Deal with it. Deal with what has changed. I lost my dad 25 years ago. Did I want him to pass? No. And life went on. There's no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life that is less than what you are capable of living. Nelson Mandela. Muhammad Ali. Don't count the days, make the days count. Make the days count. You know, it seems this week between Christmas and New Year's always feels like wasted time. I'm sure not everybody does. I'm sure not everybody just kind of lets these days slip by. I'm sure there's people just hustling every single day. Don't count the days, make the days count. Muhammad Ali. H. Jackson Brown Jr. said 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. What are you putting off? What are you putting off doing? And are you going to wait 20 years to look back and say, I should have done it then? Yeah, I'm talking to you. "20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do." H. Jackson Brown Jr. Man. And for those of us that have lived as an adult more than 20 years, it's like, oh, ouch. Because, yeah, I'm disappointed some things I haven't done. God willing, you have more than 20 years ahead of you, and I wish them for you. But what are you going to do? What are you going to not try not to not do? That's all. Playback. Rewind. What are you going to try not to not do? Yeah, no, I know what I'm trying. I know what I'm trying to say. What are you going to do? What are you going to try to avoid not doing that you could have let slip and then regret later? C.S. Lewis. You're never too old to set a goal or to dream a new dream. Absolutely. Absolutely. Every single moment in your life is a chance of rebirth. That's what I say. You're never too old to set a goal or to dream a new dream. What dream do you have? What goal have you been putting off to set? Yeah, even if it's losing some weight, reading a book, reading a number of books, talking to more people, rekindling a relationship that you may have, for whatever reason, let slide or slip in the past. You're never too old to set a goal or to dream a new dream. C.S. Lewis. Rainer Maria Rilke. And now let us welcome the new year full of things that never were. Ooh, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, now let us welcome the new year full of things that never were. What's waiting? What's awaiting for us? What's waiting for this new year? All right, are we going to be going into this new year worried about what 2021 is going to bring us because of the experience we had in 2020? Or are we going to look at this new year as an opportunity to better our situation, better our lives, become better people? Because we went through 2020 and dealt with whatever we had to deal with. I know I'm not alone in this. I'm sure you did too. You know somebody who's had to deal with loss, unexpected loss, and life goes on. Now let us welcome the new year full of things that never were. Rainer Maria Rilke, or Rilke. George Eliot said, "It is never too late to be what you might have been." Damn. Wow. You're going to be laying in your bed, counting the days to your passing, thinking to yourself, what might I have been? What might I have been? That's when you start regretting things you didn't do more than things you actually did. It is never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot. And the new year's upon us. Less than 48 hours as I'm recording this. Alfred Lord Tennyson. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Happy bells across the snow. The year is going. Let him go. Ring out the false. Ring in the true. That's just poetic. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Ring, happy bells across the snow. The year is going. Let him go. Ring out the false. Ring in the true. Alfred Lord Tennyson. I think this is the last quote, and there's a lot of them. If you didn't get a chance to see it from the beginning, please feel free to see the replay and share it. I'd appreciate it. Thomas Jefferson. I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past. Amen to that. Why? We can't change the past. We can't go back and change. We can feel bad about it. We can revel in it, enjoy the good things about the past. But what about your dreams for the future? Sometimes we find ourselves in a level of comfort, almost like a fugue state, where we aren't even thinking about the possibilities available to us in the future. The end of the year, beginning of the year is just a signpost of where we're at, just a marker. The dreams of the future are something to hold on to and act upon to make happen. If you have incredibly big, beautiful, fantastic dreams, which there's no pleasure in living small, right? If you have these big, huge, beautiful dreams, just thinking about them is not going to make them happen. Taking action on them is what's going to make them happen. Are you going to be taking action on these dreams that you have for yourself, for your loved ones? Yes, you are. This is a year you're going to be taking dreams, taking steps, taking actions to make those dreams come true. I'm so proud of you. You're going to do phenomenal things this year. And it's going to be awesome for you. It's, it's, I'm so looking forward to it. Motivational quotes to kick off the new year. Had some really good ones in there. You get a chance to go through and check out the link on the comments so you can review these quotes individually and see which ones fit you and hit you. A couple of them were like smack right me in the face. Like, oh. So which ones are yours? Which ones are going to motivate you and get you on that path that you need to get on for? Wow, I need to eat breakfast or something. Get you on that path that you need to get on to make your goals, your dreams come true. I hope you find one or two or more that get you on that path. And I thank you for joining me today on this final Facebook Live for 2020. I hope to be back on Monday and see what it brings us. See how we kick off 2021 at 8 a.m. on Monday. That's the plan. Hope you have a wonderful end of the year celebration. Hope you get a chance to spend it with loved ones and making joyous noise and ringing the new year with hope and optimism, and dreams and plans and actions for your future. And go ahead with positivity. I thank you once again for joining me today. I'd appreciate it if you share the video. And until the next time, we'll be talking.